So today we're talking about what it actually means to run your business as an intuitive, sovereign woman, and how trusting your instincts is not just powerful, it's actually strategic. So we're going to be talking about not avoiding structure. We're going to be building from structure, because feminine leadership is not about, floating, and it's this soft, kind of distressed way of being. It's actually about leading from your body and your clarity and your numbers. So we're going to get into it today. There's a narrative that if you're in alignment, things should just flow effortlessly, right? You shouldn't have to look at your numbers. You shouldn't have to keep track of your taxes. You shouldn't have to kind of know what's happening in your business or in your life. Structure is very masculine. And your job is just to be in this flow, right? Here's the problem with that, right? So we're going to get clear. Avoidance is not intuition. It's fear dressed up in softness. That is what avoidance is. And so in order for you to be intuitive in your business, to be an intuitive CEO, you have to lead with your wisdom, right? With your wisdom, with your intuition and structure. And that's when your business becomes a container that supports you and sustains you, right? It doesn't necessarily become a cage. And so I often tell people, women in particular, you have to grow up, right? You have to grow up in your business. And growing up in your business doesn't mean that you're hustling and you're grinding harder. It means that you have to get in the mirror and take a real honest look at yourself. And you have to do some deep work as far as your business is concerned, right? So that means that you have to stop undercharging. You have to stop running around in this state of chaos, thinking that you're in alignment and thinking that you're flowing, just, this woo-woo, haphazard way of running things. And you have to stop winging it as far as your strategy is concerned with your money. I just trust that I'm gonna bring in, the clients that I need. I trust that, the universe is going to give me this $10,000, $20,000, $5,000 deal that I've been working on. So how is that helping you? You're not new to business. You know deep down that you are out of alignment. Alignment is about order. It's about structure. It's about strategy. And so when you grow up in your business, you operate from a sense of maturity. And the problem that with femininity is that it has arrested a lot of women. And there's this counterintuitive notion that in order for you to be a feminine woman running a business, that you have to be very docile. You have to be very soft in terms of thinking, in terms of being. You're not allowed to take up space. Part of being sovereign in your business, the whole reason why you became an entrepreneur is for sovereignty. You wanted freedom over your time. You wanted freedom over your work. You wanted freedom to be creative, to show up in the marketplace in the way that's best serving the people that you are called to help. And so in order for you to grow up in your business, you have to really take a good look at where you are and how you're running things and where you want to be in your business. Because running around in chaos and calling it flow and alignment is absolutely absurd. If you have no structure, if you have no strategy, you're not going to have a business. And there is a way in which you operate in your feminine sovereignty in business. Your business is your kingdom. Your business is your domain. Your word is law, right? Your actions dictate the outcome of your business. And so being a grown up, right? Being a grown feminine leader in your business is about you stepping up, growing up, creating the structure, implementing the strategy so that you build a business that supports you. And you're like, Calandra, what does that have to do with anything that you do as far as numbers and things like that are concerned? Because your numbers tell the story of your business, number one. If you're avoiding your business, if you don't look at your reports, if you're not paying attention to your cash flow, you're not a sovereign owner. You're letting outside influences and outside circumstances dictate how you run your business instead of you growing up, stepping up, putting on your big girl panties and saying, okay, this is where I am, this is where I want to be, and how am I going to get there? What is the bridge? What is the shift, right? And so this is what the strategic feminine looks like. Pricing that honors the value that you bring, right? Pricing that honors your energy. Because how many times have you gotten on a consultation, gotten on a call with a client or prospect, and they're, explaining to you what they need, and you're talking to them about, how your service or how your product can solve their problem, and you give them your price. Very hesitantly, very fearfully, you're like shaking in you're shaking in your stilettos while you're giving them this price. And because immediately you feel a sense of dread, like, oof, this is what they're telling me they need. This is what I know this product or service costs. And you give them that price, and then you immediately get pushed back because you're hesitant, right? So you have done two things. You have obliterated your sovereignty in your business, because now your pricing structure and your pricing strategy is not based on you as the expert, but it's based on what you feel like they will be comfortable with. Their budget has nothing to do with you. Their ability to pay has absolutely nothing to do with you. They came to you because you are the expert and you know how to fix their problem. That is why they're on the phone with you. It has absolutely nothing to do. That has nothing to do with you. Even personally, I have been in situations where it's like, oh, okay, I know I want to work with this person, before, and it may be a $25,000 investment to work with this person, and I'm like, oof, I can't. That's outside of my wheelhouse, right? Of what I'm able to afford. So you know what? You go back and you say, okay, I know it's going to cost me $25,000 to work with Lisa Nichols. I'm just throwing that out there. So it's $25,000 for a VIP day to work with Lisa Nichols, and you really, really want to work with Lisa Nichols. Well, her price is $25,000. So what do you need to do to make that happen for yourself? You gotta think about that. And so it's the same thing. So when people want to work with you because you have presented yourself as the authority and you have presented yourself as the only solution to their problem, they are going to find a way to pay you. How they pay you, that's none of your business. You focus on solving the problem that you say you can solve, right? So back to what I was saying. So the strategic feminine framework, it looks like pricing that's aligned, right, with the value that you provide. It's a strategy for your money and specifically your taxes that protects your peace. Especially this time of year, it's tax season, people are scrambling. They are nervous, like, I just had a big tax bill, XYZ, what do I need to do? Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Well, you kind of should have been expecting it if you haven't been doing what you needed to do throughout the year to prepare, right? It's all about being sovereign in your business. Again, you're letting an outside circumstance control what happens inside the kingdom of your business. And then cash flow, right? That creates calm. You need to have predictability in your cash flow. You can't be doing this every single month, every single week in your business because it's chaotic. How can you operate a sustainable and successful business if you're always in chaos, if you don't know what's happening with your cash flow? So you're not here to hustle in your business. You're here to show up as a feminine leader, right? You're here to rule, you're here to reign in your business. So structure leads you to creating that sovereignty in your business. And so when you stop avoiding structure, that's really when you embody sovereignty. You have to stop avoiding it. Structure is not your enemy. Strategy is not your enemy. Those are two powerful tools that will help you move the needle forward in your business, right? And so, I had this conversation with a client, and she makes about $430,000 to $450,000 annually in revenue in her business, right? And so she comes to me at tax time freaking out. And we went through this for a couple of years before she finally got it together. But she had cash flow, right? But she didn't have any clarity. She knew how she wanted to take her business from here to here, but she didn't have a strategy on how to get there. And then she was doing multiple things, like teaching courses and things like that, but it wasn't necessarily profitable. And so what we were able to do is we restructured her offers, right? We only focused on, niche, and to the point where everybody talks about niching. Oh, you need to niche, 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 oh, yes, you do. But there are two different sides to the same coin that people don't talk about, right? So whenever we talk about niching, a lot of people think, oh, niching, I only have to do this, and this, or I only work with this type of industry, or I only work with this type of person, or so on and so forth. Yes, but there is also the ability for you to niche in service, right? Depending on the industry that you are in. For me, I handle finances, right? So I may not do everything under the sun as it comes to the finances for a business, right? When you work with me, you know you're getting this, and this. That's it. I have a great referral network if there's something else that you want that's outside of my scope, or just something that I don't want to do. I have a great referral network. But if you personally want to work with me, I only provide tax planning, tax resolution, advisory services. That's it. That's all. If you want anything else, I would be more than happy to refer you. And again, my clients span several different industries. I have clients that are in construction. I have clients that are estheticians. I have clients that are attorneys. I have clients who are book publishers. I have clients who are online coaches. I have clients who are oil and gas consultants. So my clientele, industry-wise, is a broad spectrum, but they know the service level is the same because I only provide tax resolution, tax planning, advisory services. That's it, that's all, right? And so my client, we restructured her offers, and we implemented her quarterly tax plan, because for years I had been telling her, you have got to start paying these taxes quarterly. You make way too much income, revenue, in order for you to not be paying these taxes quarterly. And then we had to make some pricing adjustments as well. So we were able to drive her profit. So whereas before she was bringing in between $430,000, $450,000 annually, now she's closer to that $500,000 mark. And also we've reduced her tax liability, and she's able to save, and she's able to invest, and she's able to do some different things in the business. hire more help and things like that. And so she went from overwhelmed to feeling empowered because she actually said, you know what, I'm going to step up and I'm going to lead like the grown woman that I am, right? That's the power of the strategic feminine. And so, like, you already know what's out of alignment in your business. And when I say alignment, I'm talking about what you know that you need to be doing in your business. You're out of whack, right? And so, how do you get back into that? Because think about the moment in your business where you were extremely profitable and everything was running smoothly, and you're looking at, you know, your revenue for the month, and you're like, man, my revenue has never been like this. Or think about your highest revenue for the month, for a month, right? What was your highest revenue for a month? What was that? What did that feel like? What were you doing at that moment? Were you being sovereign in your leadership of your business and making proactive decisions? Or were you running around in chaos? Just winging it, right? So lead your business with power. Lead your business like the matriarch that you're becoming. Lead your business with clarity. Lead it with peace. And so when you do those things, you have a structure, you have a strategy in place. Those things are going to help you move the needle forward in your business. It calms the chaos. It eventually eliminates the chaos because you know from day to day, this is what you're doing. This is how you're driving revenue in your business. This is how you are making those plans. And whether you already work with an accounting, CPA, tax pro, tax strategist, tax advisor, tax accountant, or anything like that, you now have a plan in place, so you're not just out here hoping on a wish and a prayer, right? And so I invite you, if that sounds like something that you need to get out of chaos and get into clarity and become more confident and strategic, embodying that feminine leadership, book your strategy session. I also have a strategic reset intensive. It's a 30-day cohort. It is starting April 16th. And if it resonated with you, subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my weekly newsletter. It's called the Alignment Memo. I'll drop the link below. So this is your season to stop guessing and start governing in your business. And I'm excited to help you build your legacy. Talk soon.